COVID-19 pandemic, that we have developed our own system of delivery. And therefore, now I am bringing the presentation in this way, the whole agenda. The most important thing is academic delivery of classes, then assessment of the students, then very important aspect, research and publication, mentoring, performance appraisal, peer-to-peer learning, collaboration among different stakeholders. Now, these are few issues which I could find out will change. Not for this time, at least for 2 years. Somebody was asking why for 2 years or 3 years. I got the answer in one of the vice chancellor's answers. That one vice chancellor, I'll not name that person, already accepted that there's a huge cost of creating, developing IT infrastructure. And therefore, the payback period is larger. So even Corona is not there within a year. We have to recover money out of it. And therefore, after even everything is normal, the value proposition of this IT infrastructure and the delivery system, educational delivery, will be important and will be a factor of discrimination among various higher education institutions. So that's why I have taken this. A few points I'll put it here. Now, when we go to the physical class, sometimes we are able to see the faces of students, and this seeing faces of students is very important. It's a live feedback. So if the students are not taking attention, we can change the pace, we can change the style, everything. Now, in this kind of delivery, this is such change. We don't know. Like many times we have seen that people are doing other things and we don't know. So this is a very important challenge, and therefore we should know how to run these kind of classes. The second thing is points of consideration during classes. We cannot go for lecture every time. And for senior people, sometimes we can afford continuous lecture, but for students, especially the undergraduate students, it is very, very difficult. And then task after finishing online classes, and what should be the best practice. So when I say prerequisite, the most important thing is hardware support, bandwidth, software. Every aspect of online delivery should be checked many times. And we find this thing, the good classes, still those who are running in a very professional way, they run the demo of all the classes. How the faculty will say, how the faculty will speak, the quality of the speaker, all support. Suppose somebody has to draw the diagram. So what should be way? Whether they will use the tab, whether they will use the document camera, whatever. Now, PPT is very common way of providing material. So there may be Word, PPT, PDF. There are another way, small videos, short videos, 2 minutes videos. And there are a lot of innovations. Animation, I can give the example. Many of the faculty have prepared the animation. Simulations, they have prepared. So, how we can enrich the online classes with the variety of material which is useful for the students. Now, the best part with this, that with less time we can engage the student for it higher amount of time. That is a good point with the online classes, which I feel. So, the screen hours have been reduced. For example, I was teaching for 3 hours for a course. Now for 2 hours I am teaching. But for 2 hours I have to work hard because I have to engage the students for same hour. And many of us, we have to consider these points, that how to maintain that smooth interaction with the students. If they are listening any lecture or say lectures for 3-4 hours, every time they have a comparison. Another important part of this, that your session is recorded. So when we are in the class, we may talk something which is not useful. but we do not want to show it on a record. And therefore, as a teacher, as a faculty, we should be very conscious while taking classes that we should speak uh, uh, by checking our words, sentences, and environment also. So sometimes a same sentence is taken in a bad light if the environment is not complete. And this is the important aspect we should understand. Humor in the class is important. Otherwise, the class is boring. Now, at the same time, we also should think the presentable way of instructor. So when I say presentable way of instructor, everything apart from this is a very important thing, the light. I have seen many presenters, they are very good, they are speaking, they speak very well, but they forget that it is online. So the angle of light makes a lot of difference. And these points we have to consider. Now, in the regular classes, there sometimes people raise their hands and they ask questions. This facility is available here also, not a big deal. If we unmute participants, they can ask questions in between. So, what should be the way of handling questions? I have seen very interesting way of handling questions. Last DP attended with one professor. What he did, he had taken a small concept, shown the work on Excel, and after 10-15 minutes, he stopped and paused the system and entertained 2-3 questions. And believe me, we could not find when we passed 2 hours in the process. So sometimes we must know where we have to take a pause. We have to raise the question. And at the same time, when we say raising questions before the students, we must know there should be some smart students who can deviate us from the topic. This is very, very important. This is online classes. Very important informations are there on Google. Things are changing drastically. I'll give you the example. In one presentation, I was taking the example of oil prices. Now, I could not check the oil prices in 15 days. So there is some change, big change in the oil prices. Now, if I'm not updating myself on daily basis, things will change because people are recording and they're immediately finding the answer. So these things we should consider in our mind. Now, what is the task we should do after finishing online classes, which I believe? Again, these are the points of debate and we should debate after this presentation. So the first thing is the feedback, because this is a challenge. I'm not seeing what others are, what participants are doing. So I have no control. And therefore, there are a lot of ways, whatever platform we are using, but there are options of taking further. And definitely designing online assessment. So online assessment maybe on Metal, maybe on these Zoom and Meet also. We can design. That is not a big deal. Sharing feedback of assessment, because the student also wants. I was taking the seminar of my course 2 days back. So 6-7 hours I was there. I have taken only lunch break, and then after finishing my seminar, what first job which I have done, I have shared the marks. Now you can understand the happiness of the students, whether they got good marks, bad marks, but on the same day they got the marks. So if we practice these kind of things, definitely people are happy and the participation in the class will increase. And at the same time, incorporating the constructive suggestions of the audience. Now I'm coming on the assessment, which I'm dealing here, apart from as a teacher, as a professor, as a controller of examination. So who should participate in it? What should be the focus? What should be the group? So definitely students, because for them we are doing this assessment, course in charge. I have used some exam control room, because in exam control room I have included lot of people, and then the proctors, invigilators, and the technical team. So what should be the process of examination? If I make the process of examination, online examination, I have created this based on the metal. There may be some changes people can make. But what I have done, the sequence, the first is account creation, then creation of question bank, question paper, generating task link, circulation of task link to the students, then the starting. So we can say the pre-examination, these are the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then starting of the examination, and there is a role of control room, grant of relaxation during examination, termination of examination. These are during examination. Then the after examination, evaluation of answer sheet and sharing the result, entry of the task marked in the ERP, and downloading the test result as an example as my office does for the record. So if I this structure, this split process, I can split it in 3 parts. Examination, during the examination, and after the examination. So if I'll start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pre, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is during examination. 10, 11, 12. This is after examination. Hope I'm not boring anyone. Hello.
No. You carry on. It's interesting.
Okay. Thank you. So the first important thing is creation of accounts. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Mullaredi sir, boliye.
Yes.
Sir, it's a nice presentation. You can continue, sir.
Okay, thank you. So first is account creation. When I say account creation, there is a need to create accounts of the faculty. We say course in charge, invisitors also, technical team, because there is a common platform where we have to work. I have used one term here, super process. I'll tell you why I have used this term, super process. So there are 2 ways we can send the links to the account holders or to the parties, and they can create account. And I can also create an account. So what I did for all faculty members, especially, I have not bothered anyone. I have created their account and sent the link. So they have to just enter the OTP and account is created. Now the important thing is at NIT University, we have an examination course wise. So there is a difference. One course can be offered to multiple programs, multiple students. So say I teach economics. I teach fundamentals of economics. So in my course, there may be BTech first year student, there may be BTech second year student, there may be some backloggers. So the group is created based on the course, not based on the stream, not based on the year of the student. And therefore, there is a chance of proxy examination. This is a very important aspect. So if I teach, say, Econ 401, now only Econ 401 registration should be mapped with my course. There are some changes which happen. Suppose somebody has withdrawn from my course. Now, if my team or my exam cell has taken the old one, somebody can appear in the examination on his behalf, and therefore should be updated just before the exam. So mapping is very important. This is first step. Now the second is, this is very important and people have a lot of debate. An argument also. Creation of question bank. So many of us have realized this thing. Our best question paper was when we have devoted time in installment. Means I taught some topic, say demand and supply for a week, and suddenly in the class I realized this thing, that this can be a good question. By writing that question immediately after completing the class, gradually I will feel that at the end of the semester, or after 6, 10 weeks, or after 5 weeks, there is a good amount of questions which are original, not from Google, original, which are there in my question bank. So most of the time, not every time, I'm not such a good teacher, but most of the time I try at least write those points where students are participating, even where students are taking. Now the purpose is that bring the class environment in the examination. This is very important. Why I am saying? Because it matches the ratio of attendance with the marks of the student. Direct correlation. And I have proved this concept several times before the audience. As a good teacher, we should not unnecessarily map, but higher correlation we should maintain for every course component and evaluation component. Now, another important thing which we should find out, there should not be summative error. There should be compensatory error. So when I say compensatory error, I will give the example. When we set a question paper, we should find out the way that suppose somebody has missed the evaluation component, one evaluation component has missed by a thing, should not affect other components. This is very important. Means which I believe that all the assessment, whether I'm taking 5 assessment in a semester, we follow continuous evaluation system, or 6 assessment, but we should try that one should not affect two. And therefore, every student should participate independently. So if somebody missed because of any reason, he should not feel bad. He should not feel bad that I have missed midsem 1, therefore I cannot get good marks in midsem 2. I have missed one midsem 2, so I will not get good marks in assignment or project. That should not happen. However, we should not make installment for every question. And therefore, in most of the examination, we have a concept of comprehensive examination. And therefore, in comprehensive examination, we take the stock of whole exam, whole courses, whole curriculum, whatever we taught in that. And there are ratios. Definitely, the older should be lesser, and the recent one should be higher. That is the proportion most of us want. Now, what is the benefit in this online examination as a teacher, which I could find out? The variety. 15 types of variety we can put in better. 15 types. I have done this. And many people, they criticize MCQ. I don't criticize it. I say this is the best way to assess the concept. How I check this thing? Sometimes I make a statement and then I make a cross statement. So I create 2 questions. Since I may keep negative marking, if somebody is say taking tukka, right? So what will happen? One may be correct, other will be wrong. And therefore, there will be compensatory. There will not be summative. So what I always suggest, that you must have an MCQ, but should not be from Google. It should be created by yourself. The moment you will create, you can create lot of space. The second thing which I believe in creation of questions, especially students are very smart. So whatever online exam you will conduct, they will dependent on the Google, whatever way they will find. They also believe in the social network more than us. So when they are appearing in the online examination, they'll open WhatsApp group. So I have taken one question, and I'm 100% sure I immediately take the picture, or I'll write the answer in the WhatsApp group. That I will do. Now, the moment we do this thing, as a teacher, we should be little smart. Here, we should give some changes in some questions. Looking similar, but there is a change. And I have seen fantastic example of it. Especially it can happen in numerical questions, which I have seen. So when we completed this question bank, then we created the question paper, randomly selected, we can do all this provision. Then we created link, and the link is very important in Metal. So there are 2 ways. One is Metal secured browser, and the other is non-MSB. MSB is open only Microsoft, but non-MSB is open everywhere. It can be public, private, test, whatever we want. Link should be circulated only the registered students of that course that I already discussed. Now, I have given this responsibility to my office, not the faculty, because this is the responsibility of my office, my clerical staff, to maintain the record on daily basis, whatever changes is done. As a teacher, if I am teaching 200 students, sometimes I cannot take this stock that today is 199 students, or some session has been cancelled or added. So this is another important thing, that list should be circulated, and exam cell must update the list, which I have already done. Now, circulation of invigilation schedule of proctor by exam. Now, what as a controller of the examination, I have faced this problem many times. That when we give this invigilation duty, nobody likes this. Make it very clear. Everyone passes, but we have to do. So in physical examination, we have two faculty members. So sometimes some have some work, we have a replacement. But it's an online exam, this is a problem, because this is a virtual Zoom. So the moment we created virtual Zoom and 6, 16, 15, 18, 20, whatever number of students have been allotted by machine to a proctor, that proctor has to do the proctor. The best part is, though there is artificial intelligence in these softwares, but I don't believe so much on that. Sometimes it is useful. But the best part with this software is that it keeps recording of the screen. So anytime we can see the screen, anytime we can record the screen, take the screenshot, and we can check with the student on the live. So this is the right to the test. Now the starting of the examination. And here is the problem, which I have seen. The problem is that in physical examination or in campus examination, we maintain, we restrict late entry. So after 15 minutes, we do not allow anyone, whether offline or online, whatever examination. Now in this case, this is very important thing, that restrict people, late entry. This is very important. Now, human proctors are advised to vigilate about the movement of the student, so the environment, because it's a remote examination. In remote examination, we have to do a lot of instructions. The surrounding, the environment, the voice, noise, everything they have to check before the starting of the examination. So these are the things which should be communicated by the proctors, by the examination department, and they can do it. Now, this is important aspect of exam control room. So again, this is a virtual room which I have created, where I have included some senior people, and that's why I have taken the exam control room. HOD, course in charges, flying squad, dean, vice president, president also. So sometimes somebody wants to see, so there are 800 students, they are in the examination, how to check this. So there is a provision that performance of every student can be checked on one page. All students. So the best part is that the team of 15, 16 people which we have in our examination committee can check anytime. Anytime they can check, and they can communicate if there is any error which is conducted by anyone. So at a live examination, there may be some error which we are not noticing, and they can tell us through any mode of communication, say what's that, and we can pass it. That is the best part. Now, sometimes in online examination, it happens that there may be genuine reasons, like 4th of August. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Okay. Okay. So 4th of August we are starting. Now there are some students from Bihar. There's a flood. Sometimes it may be a drop of internet connection, and we know this thing. So when we know this thing, we cannot be mechanical in every answer. Now we do not want to give this permission to everyone, so they should not misuse it because a large number of students. So we have made this provision in case of such kind of relaxation which is provided, means re-entry of a student even after a certain period of time. Because of this reason, we should give the relaxation. Who will give the relaxation? So the super proctors, those top 15 people, anyone out of them can give the relaxation. But this is the responsibility of exam cell to note this thing. Because tomorrow if somebody challenges that ex-professor has given the relaxation to a student, particular student, but not giving me, and I have applied. Or I was facing this problem. I have written everything. But, and therefore, it can be taken into consideration. So, everyone will not grant this relaxation without any genuine reason. That's why I mentioned. It should not be emotional. It should be logical. Now, when we say examination is going on, there's a good communication with the proctor and the student. But sometimes, students are not listening to the proctor. They are not taking seriously. Now, in online examination, this is the benefit that the proctor has a right to terminate the examination anytime, or if they feel that they should not allow, so they can terminate the examination. Now, everything is stored on an online platform, and therefore, Dr. Bhuvnesh Kumar, can you mute your?
Yes.
Please. There is some disturbance. Thank you. So, what I suggest that course teacher should make evaluation online. The benefit is in online that we have a recording of it. So, if I have some suspect on any student, immediately we can run that full video recording. So, we can move backward, forward, and we can see the movement. That is the best. We can share the link, and therefore, the student also check it. Moment student can check, there may be some grievance, and that is natural also. Sometimes there may be error from the student side, there may be error from the teacher side also. That should be reconciled. And I have seen good results. Sometimes students are just assuming that they have given wrong marks. But the moment I have explained, in most of the cases, they are happy. Yes, now they are agree. They could not understand the question. It happens many times. It has always suggested that a teacher must reconcile. And we say we do not use the term reconciliation. We use this term review of paper. We promote this thing that the student should review the paper with that course teacher. The moment it is finalized, we have our own system, ERP. So we enter the marks in the ERP. The moment we freeze the marks in ERP, now the role of exam cell is started, and then they can consolidate the results, complete the result, and process the result. The role of teacher ends. Now the role of exam cell is that they download the sheet as a repository, so that for any regulatory purpose, they can show all the PDF of this answer sheet. There are a lot of limitations because any software. Dr. Bhuvnesh Kumar.
Yes.
Dr. Raghavan, can you mute his mic because there's some disturbance from this. Thank you. So, one very important aspect which I could find as a limitation, that is hourly clock. So, fractional time I cannot set. That is the main problem. Time is set in hourly. That is it. And therefore, sometimes manual termination is required, of examination is required, which should not be required in online examination, which I believe. And then definitely, small error can bring up proxy examination, which is also a threat, which I feel in online examination. So that was about the online examination. Now, definitely, I'll not take too much time on that, but yes, some point of debates I want to put it here as a question. How much research paper writing is necessary? We have to ask from our research teachers. Why not live projects, industry projects? We have to take call on that. And why hard copy? So there are few things which are point of debate. I don't want to explain this thing. These are not a point of explanation. These are point of debate and discussion. Now, the important aspect of higher education is mentoring. And most of us beloved by our student not because of the teaching, because of the mentoring. So sometimes we find this thing when the students were down, they find there is a good friend, not the classmate, the teacher. So in technical education, I have seen lot of example of good students that in their downtime, when they interacted and they come out of this downtime and they grown, they never forget that opportunity. They never forget that moment. They always realize it, that who supported me, who was encouraging me. And therefore, in this environment, it is also important, we should not miss this aspect. In higher education, mentoring, which I feel is better than teaching, that we should not forget. And this is very important. Most of us can take this thing. Most of us in private institution or government institution, we are not happy with the performance for any reason. And when we leave the organization, because we do not find some logics in our performance. And there to be done in this area after lockdown, after this COVID-19, in this new normal. Now the performance of the performance appraisal cannot go in this way, the way we have done in the last academic year. This is very, very important. And last thing which I want to discuss here, and that is peer-to-peer learning. This is a very important thing for the students, for faculty also, both. It's not only students. That most of the time we have to be active in the social media, in the electronic media, and in this online system. So various mode of communication. And therefore, whatever I am learning from this webinar, I will give you this example. It happens many times. Whatever I am learning from you people, this seminar, I'll use in the class. Whatever I learn in the class, I'll give here. So this is a win-win situation. And therefore, do not stop learning. So peer-to-peer learning is important for the student, peer-to-peer learning for us also. And therefore, I congratulate Raghvesh for this, that every fortnightly we discuss these points. And this is for us as a peer-to-peer learning. And collaboration, this is important. Industry Connect is very, very important for technical education. Definitely exchange program, not the physical movement, but yes, important. Conference, hangouts, so use that technology. And win-win situation agreement, I'll give you example, like government has taken a lot of aggressive steps in making MOU with academic institutions, through NITI Aayog, to other organizations, where we people can get the benefit. So this collaboration will definitely help us. We'll go out of this classroom teaching to a different environment, whether virtually or physically. But yes, there's a lot of learning here. So there are now some supporting which I have mentioned. That's all. Thank you. Now I open this session.
Thank you, Dr. Gurendranath sir. It was a good session, Gurendra Bharadwaj sir. Now the members can ask up for the questions if you have any. I wait for another 2-3 minutes. Any questions?
Sir, Gurendra sir.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, sir. No, introduce yourself as that you're a new member. Now people should get acquainted to you also, please.
Sir, this is Vaman Gudi, Controller of Examination, MUJ College of Engineering, Bangalore. Sir, hope you spoke on Mercer Metal, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct.
But one more limitation is that, sir, either it requires a laptop or a desktop, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mobile will not.
No, mobile will not do. But the situation, what happened is, sir, we cannot insist on the purchase of a laptop or desktop. How to solve that, sir?
Okay, good, good. So there's a problem which was definitely discussed at our institution also. I'm a coordinator of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So I understand a lot of rural situations. because I visit very regularly in the rural area. So I assume the remote area, student is there in remote area. The best part in the rural area still there. Every panchayat has internet connection in India. There is
Vaman,
a fiber connection.
Vaman Gudi, sir, it's just an idea from my end. Okay, one of the group member just expressed himself. If I'm right, Dr. C. Hari Honwad, he expressed himself that we, the control of examinations, come into the picture. Okay, could able to make a huge network. Your students studying in Maharashtra, rather being at Maharashtra at this certain challenging situation. Why not my university allow to write examinations of yours, and why won't you allow my student to write it from Bangalore? Why not? This is a possibility where if laptop or desktop is not there, the nearest center, test center that we all the university can able to do. It is one of the idea where we have to work in a very large way with all the legalities behind that. Am I right,
Yes,
Rohit
sir,
Verma,
yes,
sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hi,
sir.
good
So
evening.
if you remember, I have raised this issue when I have written to MHRD after just lockdown. This is a concept of home center. So home center enables us in this situation that suppose there is some degree college, some inter college, some gram panchayat, and we should pay something, say 100 rupees per exam. There is some cost as an institution, and then the exchange, as you rightly said. So somebody in NIT University in Maharashtra, right? He can find that institution where there is a controller. You are absolutely right, and we can exchange this thing. So someone from Maharashtra in Rajasthan who can come to the NIT University and we can conduct the examination. And all this requires support of lab, especially lab, as he rightly said. We should not insist student to purchase the laptop. I'll not say this. But we should find out the solution. That what are the possible solutions? As he rightly said, there may be home center, there may be exchange as a controller of examination, and I think this is the body which can formally advise this to MHRD that we have a group of 100 plus controller of examination and we can give this kind of solution.
Sure, sir, we will
definitely.
take it. We will definitely take that, sir. Any question?
Yes, sir. Sir,
All right.
please share, Gurendra sir. Please share the PPT, sir, among all the members, sir, please.
Sir, this
Sure,
this
sir.
will come from
I have already sent to them.
yes, this comes from the single point of it. Yesterday itself, I have expressed the Council of Exams@gmail.com. We'll push all the PPTs, all the videos from this one. Okay. So I know after whatever things happens, that's why this WhatsApp group has got exclusive group care number and group care email ID also. Any grievances, any presentations, any videos that you're sharing it, would like to share with the members, you could send it to that number and it will be sent across to all the members.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Professor Raghavendran, for a wonderful session.
My pleasure, sir.
Yeah, and Gurendra, wonderful thing, है ना?
Thank you.
I
Thank
missed,
you.
I think, some of your slides.
No
I
problem.
think there is a group size also in the metal, which we face. That's why we decline the metal.
No, I have not seen that. There's a price. See, it is a little costly that I can take,
The
but there's no
costly-
limitation of group size.
No, but there is a limitation of group size. When we talk to metal, I think 3 months back, then they shared with us that there is a group size. You can say the capping.
Okay, how much?
I think it was around 600 or 300. I am little bit confused, but I have to check my previous emails with the metal. Na?
Okay, okay.
So that
I'll
was
send-
an issue of the group size which we faced in our engineering and the MBA programs. Where the
So I'll
students are-
suggest, okay, so fine. So I'll suggest make a duplicate accounts. For example, for engineering, you can make one account, right? So as a controller, you have to get sub account. For example, technology, like we do, technology. Another is a group we made, say, management. So this way you can also make a group, and then this you can overcome this limitation also.
No, but we did lot of exercise in this because the issue is we have 15,000 students in the engineering domain itself.
Fine.
And especially in the computer science, suppose if we take a, paper code, you can say the computer graphics or whatsoever it is the journal, you can say in the first year,
Okay.
you physics, chemistry, and mathematics. In each group, we have around 10 to 12,000 students.
Okay.
So that could not be materialized, and that's why metal, we declared.
Okay. So let me check with them.
Yeah,
It may
you
happen.
can check it, because we did lot of exercise in this and we wasted 1.5 months on it.
Oh.
Very
Yeah,
same
we
here.
also
Very
tried in
same.
between Y-box. We also tried in between Y-box. The same problem with the Y-box.
They got some logins, and that is very limited. This is what we also face the same problem.
Yeah, that's why we developed our in-house software and we conducted all
We
the
are also
examinations.
developing. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we developed and then we conducted all the examination by that software.
Sure.
Great.
All right, sir. Thank you, Gurendra sir.
Thank you.
It's time to move on. If there is any other questions to be asked by the group member, highly welcome. Or shall I take a consolidated questions? If you have any, please drop it to the email so that I could ask Gurendra Nath sir to answer it in later days. Am I right? All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other special agendas from our group people so that we could able to discuss over here?
You can tell us about more about this conference.
Oh,
That will
sure.
be good.
Thank you. Privileged to host, national level conference. I hope that you could able to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So
Yes,
with
sir.
all the wishes of Council of Examiners India, now we could able to pull up a conference with 2-3 universities along with us. The first ever national level e-conference on examinations. Hopefully that this sounds to me first ever in the world. I'm not sure. I should not boast myself, but probably on the examinations should be the first time conference. I don't know about that. I did not make any research also, but somehow it's
True, sir.
it stuck to me that we should have to have such kind of an examination conference, and we named in the name of next 2020. So you consider for next 20 years or every year also. So it's national examinations transformation into it. All right. So I would like to just put a little conference objectives. You're already aware that this is going to happen in online, and every guest speakers would probably get from 12 minutes to 20 minutes in a way, for the next 5 days of that. Talking about the conference objective to envision the examination reforms in higher education in India and to refine examinations in the primary, secondary sectors and after the new normal, to evaluate the ICT applications and new education policy too, and to review the evaluation technique, grading system, and examination on demand. Examination demand, grading techniques are few familiar things, and by large we all going with the absolute grading. There is a challenge with the relative grading with a scale of 4, 7, 5, and on. So hopefully that we need to discuss on that. So these are the conference themes that I've been trying to bring in. Envisioning the examination reforms in higher education India. On 11th of August, examination refinement in primary and secondary education. So we all bring a control of examinations in higher education or university as at par. It is very much necessary to contribute for the exemption reforms for primary and secondary education after the post-pandemic or the new normal. So I thought that is also very challenging, where Dr. Nalini Darpanath is one of the members to discuss on those things, because how effective the psychology part of all those things come to the picture. On the 12th August, application of ICT in examination management. The two topics will be there, and the second topic is on a new education policy. And 13th August, qualities of good examination. Okay, and on the second topic on the same day is examination on demand. 14th August, we have a review of higher education evaluation and grading system. And 14th, again, we have learning and outcome-based education. All right. So to put it little brief on it. Okay. So we tried roping up the Sandeep Shastri, the Pro Vice Chancellor of JNU University. He has accepted it. Sangameshwar sir also, the former Vice Chancellor, has accepted that. I'm working with the Dr. S.C. Sharma, director. He has 90% has accepted the fact, but only thing that he would like to take an approval from executive committee, which is going to happen tomorrow. By tomorrow, end of the day, once he get confirms, then we'll be taking up his this one, being a chief guest. And these are the few team-based channel members which have already been communicated in a group. They have voluntarily themselves that they would like to be part of the conferences and all. So every topic will have a session chair as well as the speaker members. So the first one we have with Nalini Dwarkanath, Hemakumar, Dr. Sunil Chowdhury, and Sadashiva Gowda. Okay, and on the third day, two things are bound to happen. Okay, a few corporate people also expressed themselves to come over here. I tried getting them on board. Okay, the red one, Dr. Ramani Parashuraman, is now affected with the pandemic. So hopefully by tomorrow again he's going to let me know whether he's going to join us or not, so that could be vacant also. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Symbiosis University through Akhilesh Dubey expressed that he would like to be part of it, so that we have also given a slot. Okay, there's another opening tomorrow. After it is bound to fill up. There are a few people from various other people have been trying to get into board. Okay, the fifth day, Amitabh Maurya, our again member, Dr. C. Rajesh Kumar, a educationalist. Okay, Dr. Suhasini Desai, the OBE expert. So these are the few things that I tried to bring in over here. All right. So long way to go. And I do believe that the entire members of controllers of examination, the Council of Examination will definitely going to support the conference. It's your conference. It's not at all my conference. All right. It's your conference. It's only your permission only, with all the consolidated permission. I took a little of my own courage to go with my own network. Next year onwards, it will be pan-Indian network. I'm damn sure about it. Okay. We should bring from MHRD, ministers, not only ministers, those who are into the proactive educationalists should be part of it, and we should make it a very grand gala. Just because of this being an online, wherever my networks throws, wherever I have invited from my own Council of Examiners, okay, I try to make this Friday, and hopefully this goes successful only with your coordination and wishes. Thank you for that.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
Thank you. Sir, I remember Mohit Verma, sir, you said that if WhatsApp group is productive, I shall be part of it. If not, I'll just walk away from the group. I assure you that
But-
no, sir, the group will be always proactive in nature.
But there is a recent development also. In a recent, you can say the webinar, I
Mhm.
shared one question and one idea with the CFO of the Forbes Middle East,
Mhm.
Professor Daniel Bay. And
Mhm.
right now, the Forbes people, they are continuously in touch with me since last 3 days.
Okay.
So I gave an idea to them, which they are gonna implement very soon with some, you can say, the billionaires of the world.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So there is a thing, if I think I could share with you people. I think, are you able to see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it is an email from the Chief Financial Officer of the Forbes Middle East, Professor Daniel Bay. It is what is the idea? If we share this idea with, you can say, to our faculty, and you can say the rich students,
Hmm.
so this can help a lot. This is the idea. Right? Many of the us frequently change our 4G mobile phone, sometime twice in a year or every year or in 2 years. Can we take a note that whenever we think about discarding our existing 4G mobile phones, we will get it repaired if it is needed, and then we'll donate it to the nearby poor student for online teaching.
Very
Awesome
sounds
idea,
good,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Superb idea.
Nice
So
idea,
that
sir.
it is a good thing that yesterday I received a call from the Smriti Irani ji,
Mhm.
and she shared that, Mohit, I also shared the idea, but it could not be materialized, but you shared, and now I feel that it can be materialized, because Forbes people, they also contacted to the PMO and the Ministry of Smriti Irani and the MHRD ministry also. So I feel that something I conceived in my mind and I shared that it should be like this, because
Correct.
nowadays you can say I think it is 45 or 50 days back I donated my previous, you can say, the old mobile phone to the nearby a poor kid, and then he brought another day 3 more kids to me. Ki, sir, can you please do
Amazing, sir.
So
It sounds
I
good,
thought that
sir.
idea clicked.
We will,
Yeah, it is.
with all your permission, I hope that even our council members also adopt the same in their own campuses by keeping a
Yes,
trash
sir.
bin or electronic bin in such a way that they
Sure,
could
sir.
able to collect it
But-
and do the needful for the
It
students
will
who
be a
got.
noble cause. Yeah, it will be a noble cause because Professor Daniel Beg, he is in touch since last 3 days to me continuously. And
Okay.
he said that, sir, your idea is liked by the ruler of the UAE also.
Oh, okay.
So, man, if he liked the idea, I think he can help a lot of poor people.
Yes.
I can donate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can say the maximum 5, 6, 7, 10, up to the maximum. But he can donate millions and billions of the mobile phone to the needy people. Let's hope for the best.
Sure, sir. Sure. A good idea, sir. एक idea पूरा जिंदगी बदल गई अभी इधर, huh? People looking forward certain things, and I hope that members will definitely take a note of this. मेरा भी इधर
Thank you,
दोन mobile है, so that I could be able to help my own students.
But
Okay,
be
okay.
aware, be aware while donating one mobile that so many students should not come back to me, sir, please give it to me.
Absolutely. Okay. Is anything other things there so that we could discuss, or rather I could able to wrap it up? My
Yeah,
members.
please.
All right. Those who are volunteered themselves for the conference, personal call will be coming from my customer care number and my digital platform assistants. Okay, so that they're going to help you out how things goes on. Okay.
Okay. Then please share the customer care number so that I can save it, because my mobile phone has a facility. If number is not saved in my mobile, so I cannot receive the call. It will go directly into the list.
Definitely. I'll personally text you to your window, sir.
Yeah, no. You can share in the group.
Okay, no. Every once in a week, I always come in.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Okay, definitely I do it
Okay,
once
thank
again.
you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you all
Thank
you
you,
members. Vamangudi sir, it's good that you have been here charged up. Even Satish Ranigiri sir came and walked in and walked out. The old horse, Dr. Nalini madam is also here. Madam, good evening. Dr. Mukesh Khatari is also here, new member. Many people are here. So we will do the conference in a very grandeur manner. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you
Sure,
all. Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.